My name is Alec Cizak. I'm going to read one of two stories that appears in the first issue of Hoosier Noir. Uh, it's the shorter of the two stories so that I don't take up too much of your time. This is called Last Exit Before Toll. Things can't get worse. Emily said this to Jessica as she lifted her away from a rust-colored dumpster she decorated with vomit. Your body's rejected the poison from the alcohol. Should be a cinch from here. Jessica shook her head. No. She tumbled into a brick wall. I gotta get home. I'm totally sorry. Emily rocked on her feet like a child in need of a potty break. But Christoph, he's all into me tonight. Bumped into me twice at the pool tables. I'll find my way home, said Jessica. The alley tilted. She remembered a funhouse she'd negotiated as a child at the Lake County Fair. Her brain turned somersaults and she collapsed. Emily jammed her hands under her armpits and hoisted her to her feet. She held her up as they wobbled toward the street. She leaned her against a no parking sign and asked to use her phone. Jessica said, Ran out of juice when I was on the toilet, playing the bubble game. I see. Emily rummaged through her purse. Headlights paled the women and a yellow cab pulled to the curb. The passenger window buzzed down and the driver leaned over the seat. Hey ladies, he said, need a ride? Jessica grabbed the no parking sign and reached for the back door. Emily stopped her. Dude's like way past old. Gray hair, black clothes. Only serial killers dress like that. She ducked to speak with the cabbie. We're waiting for an Uber. The cabbie laughed. I'm right here. Cheaper and safer. He pointed to a laminated card posted on the glove box with his name and photo. Looked like a mugshot. We'll stick with progress if you don't mind, said Emily. She slapped the roof of the cab and told the driver to move along. He peered over his wire-framed grandpa glasses, reminded Jessica of her father any time she said something he deemed stupid. Finally, Emily said, We need to get the cops? The cabbie chuckled once more. He turned the taxi around and parked at O'Neill's, a pub across the street. Emily found her phone and called for an Uber. She argued about the fare. The door to the bar opened and Christoph Ronan, a DJ she'd been trying to bag for a couple of weeks, poked his head out. You girls okay? Brummer and I were thinking of heading to the gardens at Valpo to smoke a bowl and look at the sky. Listen to some tunes, yo. Sounds awesome, said Emily. She positioned Jessica against the no parking sign. You gonna be cool? She slipped her a $20 bill. That doesn't cover it. Tell the driver to go fuck himself. Peak hours. Give me a break, capitalist scumbags. She gave her a kiss on the cheek and started for the bar. I don't want to miss this. Then she stepped inside and left Jessica in the cold. The sidewalk rocked like a boat on Lake Schaefer as Jessica's head rolled back and forth. A compact car, looked like a purple Prius, rolled up. The driver yelled from his side, Hey there! Jessica tumbled into the street, caught herself on the trunk, and inched her way to the driver's window. You the Uber guy? She hoped she hadn't slurred too much. She'd heard stories about grabby jerks molesting lit passengers. This one didn't look too awful, though. Young, lumberjack beard, and long hair tied in a bun on the top of his head. He said, Name's Truco. He unlocked the back door and nodded over his shoulder. Jessica got in. The vehicle smelled like mildew on cardboard. She gave him her address. Just outside Lublin, she said. It's easy to find. As the car merged into traffic, she noticed a baseball bat on the passenger seat. Seemed like it had been smeared with blood. You want your money now? The driver took a deep breath and said, No rush. He turned on the radio. Kind of music you into? Whatever's good, she said. Dubstep pounded the speakers. The driver shouted something Jessica couldn't understand, then made eye contact with her in the rear view and smiled. Frankly, young guys with lumberjack beards had never bothered her. If they mustered the courage to approach her, they always looked down, as though embarrassed by their libidos. The car picked up speed as the driver took the I-65 ramp toward Chicago. Not the way she would have chosen, but oh well. The doors rattled as the music intensified. The exit for Lublin passed. Jessica tapped the driver on his shoulder. You should have gotten off there. He turned around, bobbed his head with the dubstep, the grin on his face growing as the car raced away from Lake County, toward Gary and Chicago beyond. Jessica looked for the driver's identification card. The dumbass didn't have a GPS or anything. He hadn't even pasted one of those Uber stickers to the window. The driver took an exit just across the Illinois border, the last one before the first toll booth. Streetlights disappeared. Beech trees blotted out the sky. Darkness filled the Prius. Jessica cursed the possibility of having to walk home from there. She'd post a scathing review of the driver on the internet the moment she plugged in her phone.